are live.
Welcome back to the throwback.
Yes. I can't believe Throwbackathon is already over.
Man, the month of April flew by faster than all the other months so far.
Agreed. And we're already 18 days in?
Yeah, it's just like, where did we get here?
I don't know. I don't
Like
know when
for
we got
those,
here.
it's like for those who don't know, tax day is today. Adulting.
Yeah. It's gonna be rough for me after I get off this live tonight.
No, like you should be really proud of me. I not only did because I couldn't my spreadsheets were acting up, so my 2021 spreadsheet was acting up for some reason. One of the equations that I put on there, I have the expenses set up in sections, and it didn't calculate anything on my main page, so I had to go through and readdress the formula that was
Oh
happening.
God. That
But
sounds
needless to say,
horrific.
because I fixed it, January through March is perfect, and then April is already halfway filled in. I was like, who am I?
Oh wow.
Doing admin stuff early? Who am I?
That is very impressive.
Thank you. I'm very proud of myself.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
So we are here to do our Throwbackathon wrap up.
We are.
And we will begin with you, overachiever.
I feel like I should not be called. Nope, that sentence didn't make sense. I feel like I shouldn't be called an overachiever because I just did the prompts.
Okay, whatever, Brittany. The point is.
Yeah, you sound so hard. You're like, I do not care about you and your things.
Oh my God. So I want to hear about what books you read and which one was your favorite. And if you completed the bonus challenge.
I did read only YA or only middle grade, sorry.
Okay.
So challenge accepted, achieved, and kilt. The actual book that I really enjoyed was, hold on, I have to look at the list of books that I read because the way that I forget is very real. I think it was the one by Julie Ortega. So it was, hold on. Nope, that's another book by her that I'm going to read.
Okay.
Claribel Ortega wrote the book. Where is it? Ghost Squad.
Okay.
It was really cute. I could totally see this playing out in a Halloween special of some show.
Okay.
Could totally see that being played out.
I love
But
it.
also I was down for the cause. I was like, okay.
Nice.
This is neat. This is cute. I read it in a day. That was another thing. I think that another reason why I think I finished all of the prompts this year was because I read all middle grade. And all middle grade is a pretty easy read for me. So, I'm listening to hours of audiobooks, but they're going by so fast.
Yeah, middle grade books you can really fly through very quickly.
Yeah. But they're also great for that reason.
So how many books did you read?
5.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm currently on book 6 for this month.
Nice. You're having a good reading month.
Huh?
You're having a good reading month.
Yeah, this is the best reading month I've had in a while. It's great. It's woo. This is what it feels like to want to read all the time again. Boy, I missed it.
That is nice when you fall into a groove. I think it happens when you've read a lot of great books in a row.
Yeah, I haven't, because we've talked about that before, how reading slumps were you could really go into a massive reading slump if you pick up a book that was just terrible.
Agreed.
Yeah, so I haven't hit that wall in a couple months actually. So it's my reading is picking up. Because I'm reading book 6. I'm listening to book 6 and reading book 7. So we're really in there.
Oh wow. That's awesome.
I don't know who I am.
I don't know who you are either, but I am in awe. I love it.
So like, which books did you read? For God's sakes, woman, did you read Amari and the Night Brothers yet?
No,
Oh,
I
I
know.
need more.
I'm actually reading it right now.
Yay! I'm satisfied with
Yes.
that.
So good news, bad news. I'm reading it right now. Um, because it was the last book that I started reading, which I probably should have done it backwards and should have been the first book
Uh-huh.
because I'm having a hard time like putting it down.
I told you that. I warned that part I did warn you. I was like, I accidentally read that book in a day because
So I kind of wish that I had started with it first. But anyways, I started with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
oh, that's
which I
right.
finished. Um, and it's now put me in the mood to want to watch the movie,
I mean, you should.
but like the original movie, not the creepy one with Johnny Depp.
I was just about to ask you that. I was like, now which one though?
Yeah, I don't like the one with Johnny Depp. It's creepy. It has like these sinister undertones that I'm just not about. Um, so it made and I finished that one, and then I also finished One Crazy Summer, but I've reread that book several times. That's by Rita Williams Garcia, so it was like really easy for me to read because I've read it like a few times already.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also finished 15 by Beverly Cleary, and it's not strictly middle grade because the main protagonist is a teenage girl.
Okay.
So it's more of like YA, but it's YA before YA was a genre, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. I
Because it's
mean,
very old. It's about this girl living. It's like I think the 50s or 60s,
oh yeah.
and it's very like old school, wholesome, all American type story where this young lady meets this young man, and it's very cute, and they go out for milkshakes and like
Oh,
that kind of shit.
they go out for milkshakes.
Yeah, that kind of shit. Like very like 1950s American pie type shit, like very that type of thing. And it's funny because I first read that story when I was like in the fourth grade. So it was interesting to reread it as an adult because I was just like, when I was reading in the fourth grade, I just thought the characters were just so grown up, because they were teenagers and like they just seemed so adult. And now I'm like, oh my god. I tried to read The Giver because I
What's
never watched.
what's the giver about?
Girl, The Giver gave me nightmares when I was a child, but
Oh
it was
no.
required reading when we were in middle school. And it's about this dystopian society where nobody sees in color, everybody sees in black and white, and nobody gives birth to their children anymore. There are these designated women who give birth to the children, but
Oh
then
no.
like really horrible things happen to these women, and everything's kept in the dark. And there's this one man in their society, and he holds all of their memories.
Uh-huh.
And so he remembers what it was like before. And he's the one that remembers everything, like of all the horrific things that have happened. Like he's like the memory holder. And every generation there's like somebody designated for that job. And so our main protagonist becomes the one that's designated for that job. And it's like he goes through this awakening, and it's really horrific because he starts to realize that he lives in a horrible society where horrible things are happening. But I just remember being a child and being so like shaken by that book. I mean, it's kind of like the kids' version of The Handmaid's Tale to me.
Okay.
So like you're kind of like shaken to your core, like being like 10 years old reading this book, like 10, 11, 12, being like, holy shit. So I tried to reread it, and I kid you not, I got 3 pages in and I just felt ill. And I think it was
Oh
like,
no.
I
You
don't
were
think it was the
experiencing
book
PTSD
itself.
symptoms.
Well, I don't think it was actually the book. I think it was just like muscle memory, like remembering how it made me feel the first time that I read it
Yeah.
came back to me when I tried to reread it again. So I put it down and I just never went back to it. But I think I am gonna try to finish it. Um, what else did I attempt to read? Oh, I attempted to read The Phantom Toll Booth as well.
Oh wow, you were trying to hit all of them.
I tried, and I haven't 100% finished The Phantom Toll Booth. I'm like slowly making my way through. It's a very trippy story, and I'm just like, how did I read this as a young person? And like, how did I even understand what was going on in
Did
this
you
story?
actually understand what was going on is the question.
I don't think I did, but but yeah, so that was my throwbackathon. A lot of like trying to get through things, not necessarily succeeding.
Hmm.
Um like I would be reading like 2 to 3 books at the same time. And then this weekend I finished 15, even though I was like, "Oh, I don't think I'm going to read anything else," but 15 was a quick read.
Hmm.
And I'm a sucker for romance. Like it's very easy for me to read romance. I could read romance in like a couple hours.
Right. I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the reasons why I look forward to taking away romance from you for a month.
That's going to be really hard. I don't even know how I'm going to survive.
It's only for a week, but
It's weird too because I prefer like when I it's weird because when I read books I prefer romance, but when I watch TV and movies I prefer like sci-fi, fantasy,
hmm.
dystopian. So it's very bizarre.
That's funny because when I like, well, depending on my mood, I could go into full chick flick mode and want to watch all the lovey-dovey stuff.
That's so interesting. We're like
Yeah.
opposite. I mean, I
Yeah.
like the lovey-dovey stuff, but like when I don't, I'm not always in the mood. Like every once in a while I want to watch, but I'm always up for sci-fi. Like if the world is ending, like any type of world ending movie, dystopian, like sci-fi, I am down.
I could see that. I mean, makes sense. I just I have to be in the mood. I'll definitely I'll definitely be trying to think about it. Cause it's like if I'm feeling in a mood, I'll have a girl chick. I'll have what I call my girl flick day, and I watch like everything that has like Anne Hathaway, Rachel McAdams,
Anna Hathaway
and
was that girl back in the day. She was like in
right.
almost all of them. Like
She was in her and Rachel were in like all of them, and I would
so
watch.
many.
I can watch all of them and be like a totally set person. But in terms of like sci-fi fantasy, like I was even the person that loved the Sci-Fi Channel. So obviously,
Yeah. There's so many great like sci-fi and futuristic dystopian type shows on Netflix right now, and
oh
all of
yeah,
them
I
are
heard you were
foreign.
telling me about that one that I still haven't watched yet.
I've been binging all of them. Like Lost in Space is my like top favorite. So good. Like I'm still sad that I binged it so quick because I'm just like, damn, that was
You're
one of
like,
the
what
highlights
am
of
I
my
supposed
year.
to do now?
I know, but I've since moved on to like 4 other shows since then, and they're all foreign, like Russian or like some type of Eastern European show, and they're all really good.
Yeah, that sounds great. Um, well, I mean, congratulations on reading the books that you did read. I'm not even throwing shade.
I know. I was like,
I
thank
promise, I
you.
swear I'm not throwing
I
shade.
tried. I
Um,
finished 1, 2, 3 books.
Vina asked in the comments, what are you reading instead of romance?
I don't know what I'm
You
gonna
sound
do.
that deep inhale.
I don't know. I'm a little shaken. Maybe I'll read literary because I really have a lot of literary fiction books that I have been meaning to get to on my shelf. And I don't
Mhm.
read literary fiction often, but then whenever I do, I'm always like, why don't I read this genre more? I love this. It's
See,
weird.
that sounds like an easy cop out then if you like know that you might actually love it. I feel like that's cheating.
But it's like you read your least read genre.
You do read your least read genre, so I can't really be mad. Cause I mean, yeah, because you read more fantasy than you do literary. All of us read a lot more things more than literary.
Exactly. I never hardly ever read literary, but when I do, I'm just like, wow. I don't know, you just feel I feel like literary definitely feels more like the type of books that you feel like you come away learning something about yourself.
Yeah.
You know
Vina
what I
asked, did
mean?
you finish Wahala?
Look, I cannot get through that book. I don't know what the hype
Why?
is and why people love that book so much. I'm about to DNF. I think
Oh
it got
no.
returned to the library. I need to renew it because I just stopped reading.
That intense, huh? Can you still hear me? Uh-oh. Did we lose her? Guys, I think we lost her. Well, she said that she's reading literary
Sorry
fiction.
about that.
It's fine. I just wanted to know. I'm like, whoa, no.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you. Vina said there's too much anti-blackness in it, she hears. I don't know. I've heard things about Wahala, but I haven't heard anything about the ties that tether. That sound like a mess. I've decided that I'm reading
Hello?
romance and we're here. I don't know if you can hear us though, but if you can, I think your internet's being racist. Yep, her internet's being racist. Anyways, like I was saying, I am reading strictly romance, but I am taking it the step further of not reading fantasy romance, whichever way that comes around. I'm not doing the fantasy route, like I'm doing the regular route. And I just laugh because obviously I'm probably gonna add in another genre just because I have to read since I have to read romance heavily for a whole month in the future. I figured I'm not gonna pick all romance books. I think I'm going to pick contemporary as well because I don't read contemporary at all either. Because I'm thinking about it and I'm like,
What contemporary would you read?
I don't know. I have to look. That's what I'm saying. Like I was looking at the list of I've been looking at the books of like the books that I've read in the past like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And the only time I read contemporary was with the book club. Romance, obviously, just the book club. Poetry. Actually, poetry is one of my top read ones that I read personally.
Okay.
I'm with Deja. I can't do horror because the problem is I read a lot of my books like at night, right before I'm getting ready to go to bed. Like it's a part of my nighttime routine to read for 30 minutes. And that cannot be the last thing on my mind before I try to go to bed.
That is facts. I don't even believe in horror. Like when people talk about it, I'm like, it's
You
not
believe
real.
in
Like
horror?
I don't believe in it. I'm sorry. Like y'all out here letting these demons into your life. That's fine. But as for me in my house, we ain't doing that.
She said, I don't even believe in horror.
I
I am
don't.
dying.
Like I have way too much of an active imagination
Yeah.
to read that genre and like think that I'm gonna be okay. Because my brain is gonna be like, you thought.
That's basically how my brain operates. It's really like, oh sis, like no, you don't know this, but we about to set it off in your imagination. Like
Yeah, like I just can't. And for me, and that's the same reason why I can't watch scary movies, because my mind instantly goes to like somewhere in the world this is happening to somebody. Like this isn't just a movie to somebody right now.
I
This is
think that
actually happening to somebody right now, and I just can't.
yeah, scary movies for me, I'm like somebody had to come up with this concept.
Which is frightening.
Why are we not concerned about the person who came up with this concept? Like that's literally how my brain works. And then like I said, I'm a scary cat and I'd rather not shoot my light bill through the roof turning on every light in this house.
Okay.
And no, like can't do it. I can't.
I just hate seeing people in pain, and it's like one thing to watch like, like something based on something historically accurate, like where people went through like trauma and something horrific, like all the slavery movies and Holocaust movies. And it's one thing to watch something like that, right? Where it's like, damn, but you feel like, okay, I need to watch this because it's part of history and you want to learn and you want to see. It's another thing to be watching stuff where people are literally just being like chopped up and like having all these horrific things happen to them for like an adrenaline rush or for the fun of it. Like that's just where I can't reconcile that in my
Right.
mind. You know what I'm saying? Like the closest to horror I'll ever get is like, a Jordan what's his name? A Jordan Peele.
You can have that too. Jordan Peele's movies, they be doing mental mind tricks on me. Like I
His are
watched
more
them
like
eventually.
psychological. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched them eventually, but no, like I can't. Like I was thinking maybe I should try like psychological thriller, and again, my brain said, "So do you want to sleep?"
Yeah, psychological thriller to me is a little bit more digestible because I feel like I always learn something from it.
Oh.
Like I come away with some type of knowledge, like especially the Jordan Peele movies. Like it really makes you think. Like you'd be like, damn, wow, that's crazy. But I just can't. I'm just not entertained by just straight horror, like straight up, just like butchering people and straight up just like craziness. Like I don't know what I'm learning from that. I don't know what I'm getting from that except for nightmares.
I don't know what I'm learning from that, yo.
It's just like,
I
oh my god.
I can't. Also, like, my bad. My voice is gonna go up and down. My allergies are on like 20,000 today, and since cutting my yard yesterday, it's like my voice is gonna go shrill or it's gonna go berry. Just go with it. Okay, so we don't even have much to talk about here, but I do know Deja commented saying that like she didn't get through anything, which again, respect, because
It happens. That was
it
me last year, I
happens.
think. I don't think I read
Yeah.
anything last year.
Well, I remember one of the years like I participated solely on Instagram because I couldn't read.
Yes. Yes. However you can participate, it is what it is. And it's
Right.
really just for fun, it's for nostalgia, it's for fun.
I
And
agree.
we try to make our readathons as relaxed as we possibly can.
I agree. So we're just gonna give you guys some follow-up announcements. So don't forget, our book pick of the month is Son of the Storm.
Yes.
I got my physical copy and I am so ready to tap it up. The next readathon is on June 5th through the 11th. That is the Not Your Fave readathon. And of course, Naked is coming in August. So get ready to get naked because I'm going to say that like all the time now. Like, are you ready to get naked?
It's just fun to say.
It is. Also, wait a minute, Deja, what is the book that you were excited to read that is now putting you in a reading slump?
Oh no. That is so sad.
I know when you're like, that's why I stopped doing the most anticipated reads
Me
videos
too.
at the end of the year, because I would go back and look at the book list and it would be like, that book sucked. That book sucked. Well, that book was not the hype that I thought it was going to be. That book was a hype, but not amazing. Like,
I
the
know.
majority
It's
of
just
my
like,
anticipated reading be sending me down.
well, it's just like the more that the marketing team puts into promoting these books, the more suspicious I become.
I
Like,
mean, lately it's really how it is.
because that's how they become highly anticipated, because they're just shoved down our throats and they're made to look so great. And we're just like, oh my God, I can't wait for this book to come out. And then you get it and you're like, this sucked.
Yeah. Venus said, yup. After that discussion we had last year, I opted out of doing that video. Yeah, because like I started going back and just looking. Like I only did it for like 3 years, but I started going back. I was like, dang, why are my anticipated reads list on my, like at the end of the year, they're like on my worst
Yeah.
side.
It just never works out. I honestly do think it's the marketing. I think that the way these books are marketed, they make them look amazing. And then, when we actually get our hands on them, they're not even as good as the cover art. I'm like, damn, this cover artist was wasted on this story.
That's why I started following the artists that are doing these covers, because that's what drew me into the book in the first place. And so
Mm-hmm.
because they did the work to draw me in, they deserve like my support is
I
how
feel
I'm
that.
doing it.
I like
And a
that.
lot of them are like repeat artists. Like y'all might not know this, but a lot of the
Oh,
especially the black
absolutely.
books, they're
Yes.
repeat authors or repeat artists. And they've managed, some of them changed their styles so drastically that I didn't even realize that they were like
The same
the
artist.
author cover. So highly recommend you follow them on Instagram. It's very intriguing.
That's kind of cool.
Deja said, I'm so excited. Hadriana in My Dreams by Renee Depestre. I think the author's name was. The author messed up Haitian vampires with sexism. How do you know what?
Wow.
The POV character was just so bad.
That's sad. That is really
Yo, what
sad.
was your letdown? A book I was hyped for this year. I got an arc of, and it was a letdown. What? We are starting this year wrong, people.
You know what's interesting? Ever since I unplugged from book Twitter and booktube, I no longer really know what the hyped books are because for some reason my Bookstagram feed is not full of like new releases.
Yeah.
I think because I follow like older Bookstagrammers and I just follow like a bunch of different types of Bookstagrammers and they're always promoting different types of books, not necessarily like what's hot right now. So it's like I don't even know what's hot. Like, and I unfollowed all the publishers. That was another thing that was messing up my
Oh,
feed
yeah,
was
that
when you
could
follow the
definitely help.
publishers, you will constantly only get people recommended on your feed that like only read a certain type of book.
Facts.
So after I unfollowed every single publishing house and unfollowed like all the big influencers, like I could not tell you what the hot books are. I could not tell you. Like maybe if I went to Barnes and Nobles and like looked on that very first shelf they have where they have all the like the hottest books or whatever, I could
Mm-hmm.
tell you, but off the top of my head, I do not know.
Oh, wait, I was excited about this book. The Witchery by S. Isabel. How do you make black witches at a boarding school boring?
That sucks.
Like, I'm sorry. Those are my favorite kind of books.
The boarding school magic
Like,
books.
yeah, it's like if I'm gonna read like an academia kind of thing, it having a magical element, like having it set at a school means that one, I know I'm gonna hate a character. Like two, like they're gonna be doing something not supposed to be doing at school. Like it's a formula. Follow the formula. If you
Yes.
can't be creative, follow the formula. Jesus.
That's funny.
Let's see. To be fair, this book was published a while ago, but still, I wish I could share passages, but it would be flagged because the character was that bad. Wow.
Wow. That's
You know, if
crazy.
you want to send us DMs on Instagram, I'd be intrigued.
That is so funny.
I'm super intrigued. The fact that it would get flagged. Wow. So The Witchery had 6 POVs.
Okay, see that is a damn lie. Like, why would you do that?
Why would you set yourself up like that?
Why would you
First of
do that?
all, I don't know if it's like the beginning of a trilogy or whatever. Two, three POVs is my max.
6?
6 POVs? Mm-mm. No, I'm good.
Well, I just want to know what the purpose is.
Yeah, I don't understand that logic, to be honest. I'm just, yeah. Also, how does a black writer write a black person with a different ethnicity from them so badly that one character didn't come across as black British at all? Oh my God, it's a standalone. It's not even a first book of a series. It's a standalone with 6 POVs.
I just want to know why.
Yeah, because I feel like I love a good standalone, but the reason I like standalones is because they make me so invested in the character so quickly, and they also give me closure. How am I supposed to find closure with 6 POVs
I don't know.
in one book?
In one book.
Is this book 800 pages long?
Who
Like,
knows?
am I gonna feel anything for these characters by the middle of the book because
Probably
I'm still
not.
trying to learn who I'm listening to?
Probably not.
Wow. Yeah, I'm disappointed. Um, yeah, so did y'all read books by black authors who write wait, rephrase? Do y'all read books by black authors who write white authors? Do you mean white characters, sorry. Do y'all read black authors who write white characters?
All the time.
All the time.
All the time. It happens a lot in romance.
Yeah.
You'll
I
find
think
out
the
that the
part for me
author
that
is
cracks
black.
me up about that, it's easier for me to read a book by a black author who writes white characters versus a white author writing black characters.
Well, yeah, because we live in a white supremacist structure. So whiteness is very like we are taught whiteness.
Right.
Well,
And you can
across
tell
the
they are
board.
not taught anything about us but the stereotypes.
Right. So it's very easy for us to write about them because that's what we're taught and they're not taught about us. So that's why when they try to write about us, it comes across very cringy and just like stiff or stereotypical like you said or just wrong. You'd be like, "Okay, clearly you don't know any black people, clearly, cuz
Yeah.
I don't know what's going
I
on."
mean, I feel like this year with my reading, one, I'm being very picky about what I'm reading. And then two, like I've had zero issues putting a book down.
Yeah.
Because it's been like, nah, this is not serving me. Boop. Like the only book that I didn't put down that I really wanted to was Goliath, and that was because I wanted to have a full discussion.
Fair.
But all the other ones has been like, and then it hasn't even been like full DNFs. It's been like, do I feel like, am I in the mood to read this book, or is this book just bad to me? And then if it's one of those, I'm like, I'm gonna pause this book and I'm a DNF this one. And I mean, I've given books away. Like, it's been so nice. This is like, this year's reading reminds me of before I joined BookTube.
Me too. I feel very free this year. Like, I've just been reading whatever I want and whatever I feel like reading. I don't feel like I have to read anything in particular. And I've also been reading a lot of books that are just like off of my shelf, which is nice.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing as well. As I haven't been allowed to buy books. Well, I lied. I did buy some books yesterday. And that was because I probably should have took my ass to sleep, but I was scrolling. So
oh my gosh. I just do this thing where like I'll fill my cart up and then like pretend like I'm gonna buy it and then never do, and it gives me the same level of satisfaction.
Yeah, normally that's what I do, but last night I failed. Last night I pushed in. I woke up this morning like, oh, that's right, I did buy all those books.
That's hilarious. But sometimes you need to, you know?
It's fine. We do what we do. I say all of that to say I hope y'all have been enjoying your reading. I hope y'all have been enjoying Black Prose. It's been very enjoyable. I hope y'all enjoyed Throwbackathon. I pat myself on the back by saying this was some of my best graphics yet.
Yes, they were amazing.
Like, I was like, I need to start keeping a portfolio of the graphics that I do for Black Prose because they are so much better than the graphics that I do for Melanin Eclectic.
Really?
To me, yeah.
I don't think so.
Like, I look at my shop Instagram and then like I look at Black Prose, and like Black Prose is like so like cohesive and organized, and like it just looks good. Like, just if you just go to the Black Prose Instagram and scroll, it looks good.
Well, it's very like thematic, you know? It's like,
Yeah,
oh, they
like
did
it
this.
just looks so organized. Melanin Eclectics, shop Melanin Eclectic needs to work. So we gonna try. Like,
I mean, I feel like you're being kind of hard on yourself.
I'm always hard on myself. We know this is me.
I feel like the graphics are comparable.
Yeah, but like they're not good enough. Like I feel like the graphics that I did for Throwbackathon, like they look like they came from like a corporation.
They really did.
Like they look real good. Like they look like they came from something or someone.
They did.
But
they look like it was like literally being like revamped by Scholastic themselves.
Right. It really, like, I understood the assignment. I can really brag on myself about that. But I swear to you, just go on Black Prose and scroll. You will know what stuff is our regularly scheduled stuff, our events, and like what's normal. It is crazy. I'm like, look at what we did. But yeah, that also to say, like, I already have ideas for the Not Your Fave readathon, and they're not going to be as intricate as this one, but I think the simplicity of it is going to be like bomb. And also because like June is the month that we're going to do Son of the Storm, and because I've already started Ashley's gone, because I already started reading Son of the Storm, I'm kind of like, I'm intrigued, basically. I'll say that because I don't want to start the discussion for Son of Storm already. Like, just know I'm already intrigued with the book. I'm so glad that I picked this book. And I'm glad that y'all are excited to read it too. My homie's back.
I am so sorry, y'all. Okay, so I'm doing this on my phone and people will not stop calling me. And I just realized that when people call you when you're on live, it completely disrupts the live and cuts the connection.
Yes, it does.
And I'm just like, stop calling me. Like, it's really annoying. Like, stop.
It's okay. We're gonna end it so that you can get your calls.
Like, what the heck?
On that note,
oh God,
since she's got the hotline, we're gonna let you guys go. I think this is the last event for this month.
It is.
for Black Prose. So we'll see you guys next month. Keep reading, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.